to Gifted and Science and Technology Chemistry class. My name is S. Joshua, popularly known as Oracle. Today we'll be looking at how to balance chemical reactions. Balancing of chemical reaction is difficult to some persons, but I want to show you a way you could go to have all your chemical reactions balanced. Now let's assume you have a reaction like this. Now, there is a general combustion formula for balancing such hydrocarbon reaction, but apart from that formula, there are other ways you can balance other reactions that are not combustion reaction for hydrocarbons that could work for either forms of reaction. So that's what I'll be doing to help know how to balance reaction. Now remember that when this reaction is balanced, there are coefficients that will be at these places. So it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, but these places might take a coefficient. So since these places will take coefficient after it is properly balanced, then I will say the first step is to give an unknown coefficient to all of this reaction. So I'll come here, I give here as AC4 H10 plus BO2 to give us, I take here as XCO2 plus YH2O. Now I have given an unknown coefficient to all of my species that are reacting at the reactant side and at the product side. Now the next thing is to balance each of the atom at the left hand side to equal the atom at the right hand side. So now first atom or first element is carbon. So I will say for carbon, which is C. What about carbon? At the reactant side, carbon is, this A is affecting this carbon, and this 4 is affecting the carbon. So what do I have? I have AC4 is equal to, at the reactant side, I have X affecting carbon. This 2 is not affecting carbon, it's affecting oxygen. So it's equal to XC. Now, what is common here? C takes off C. A times 4 is 4A equals X. I'm done balancing carbon. The next element is hydrogen, 4H. What about for H? I have 10 affecting H, and I have this A affecting H. So what I have for H is AH10 is equal to, where do I have H at my product side? It's at this side, and this Y is affecting H, and the 2 is affecting H. So it is YH2. So this cancels this. I have 8 times 10 is 10A is equal to 2 times Y is 2Y. I have balance for H. Now, let's do O. What about O? O is being expressed as BO2. So I have it as BO2 is equal to, on this side I have it here and I have it here. Now, this is for O, for oxygen. So X is affecting this O, and this 2 is affecting this O. So I will have it as XO2 plus Y is only affecting the O. I have it as YO. Now let this take up this, take up this. What do I have? 2 times B is 2B is equal to 2X plus Y. Now if you watch, we have a set of equation derived from this, and these are our equation. Now, of all of this unknown that I have, I will say let one of these equations, let one of these unknown in this equation be equal to 1. So which of these now should we take to be equal to 1? You look at your equation yourself and make any one that will make your solution easy to solve. So if I say let x equal to 1, I can find a. So I think that will be much more easier for us. So I will say let x equals 1. So that means, therefore, I have 4a equals 1. Therefore, a equals 1 over 4. I have, for the next one, I have 10a equals 2y. Therefore, remember my a is 1 over 4. So I will say, therefore, 10 times 1 over 4 equals 2y. That means I have it as this year 2, this year 5. So if you cross multiply this, we have this as 5 is equal to 4y. Therefore, we have y is equal to 5 over 4. That's what our y will be equal to. Now come over here. What do we have? We have 2b is equals 2x plus y. There is no b. We have also for b, so it means 2b is equal to 2 bracket 1 because x is 1. Remember we said so here. Then plus, what's our y? Our y is 5 over 4. So 2b is equal to, this is 2 plus 5 over 4. Now if you solve here out, this is 2 times 4, 8. 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 is 13. So I will have it here. Let me take it up. I will have it here as 2b is equal to, if I solve this, remember this is over 1. If I solve everything here, I'm having 13 over 4 is equals 13 over 4. Therefore, what is b equal to? B is equal to 13 over 4 divided by 2. So b is now equal to 13 over 4 times 1 over 2. So b is equal to 13 over 8. That's what b is equal to, 13 over 8. Please pause it. So b equals 13 over 8. Now what's the next thing here? Remember, y is s is equals 1, a equals 1 over 4, y equals 5 over 4, then b equals 13 over 8. So what is my equation? This is my equation. Put all of this unknown back into the equation. I'll be having, we'll be having a, which is now 1 over 4, C4H10 plus O, which is B. Our B is 13 over 8, O2 to give us, what is our X? X is 1. It's just CO2, that's 1. The 1 is here, plus we have the last part, which is y. Y is 5 over 4. So it becomes 5 over 4 H2O. Now you could not see that each and every of the unknown have a coefficient. Now this place is 1. Remember we said let x equals 1. We took one of the unknown as 1, and that is x. So this is the one we took. There's no need to write 1 here. Leaving it like this is 1. So to remove these denominators, I will say multiply through by 8. I'm using 8 because 8 is the largest of them, so I can cancel that itself. So now I have 8 times 8 times 1 over 4 C4H10 plus 8 times 13 over 8 O2 to give us 8 times 1, 8 CO2 plus 8 times 5 over 4 H2O. So this becomes, this cancel this is 2, this cancel this is 1, this cancel this is 2. What's now my overall equation? 2C4 H10 plus 13O2 to give us HCO2 plus 10H2O. This is balanced. So we have balanced this equation not using a general combustion formula, but using an algebraic method, and we have arrived at this. Thank you. Now let's look at another example as regards balancing of equation. Now this is another equation. This one is not a hydrocarbon combustion reaction, but let's see how we can balance this. Remember, at the end of this balancing, there is definitely going to be a coefficient at this side. To each of the species, there will be a coefficient. And so how to put them in is what we are looking at. So let's go again. We said give an unknown coefficient to all of these. And I'll start with this. I said I'll give you to be AKMNO4 plus BHCl to give us XKCl plus YMNCl2 plus QH2O plus PCl2. You see, I've succeeded in giving an unknown to each of them. Now, what's the next thing is to balance each element at my reactant side to that same element at my product side. Now, let's go. The first element is potassium. So, for potassium, what about for potassium? On this side, this A is affecting potassium. This 4 is not affecting potassium. So I have potassium as AK is equal to, look for potassium on the product side, is only affected by this X. So is equal to XK. This cancels this, A equals X. That's for potassium. What about for the next guy, manganese? That's my Mn. A is affecting manganese. So it will be AMN is equals Y is affecting manganese. It will be YMN. What's the next element we'll be looking at? Is oxygen. O is affected by A and by this 4. So to balance oxygen, I will take AO4. It's now AO4 is equal to, where do I have oxygen here? Is here only affected by Q. Is equal to QO. Now what's the next one? Is H. That's hydrogen. How will I balance hydrogen? B affects hydrogen. So it's BH is equal, where is hydrogen over here? It's affected by Q and by 2. So it's QH2. Then the last element is chlorine. Chlorine for chlorine. Chlorine is affected by B. So it will be BCl is equal to, I have chlorine here, I have chlorine here, I have chlorine here. So X is affecting this, it's XCl plus, where else do I have chlorine? Y is affecting chlorine, 2 is affecting chlorine, plus YCl2 plus P is affecting chlorine, this 2 is affecting chlorine, plus PCl2. Now I have successfully brought out every element at my reactant side equal to that same element at my product side. Now I have cancelled this already. I have A equals X. This cancels out this. I have A equals Y. This cancels out this. 4 times A is 4A equals Q. This cancels out this. I have B equals 2 times Q, 2Q. This takes off this, takes off this, takes off this. I have B is equal to X plus 2Y plus 2P. That's what I have. Now remember, my next step is to assume any of these unknown to be equal to 1. So when I look through, which of them can I make equal to 1? That will be easy for me to solve everything out myself. I will just look and say, okay, can I make A or X 1? Let me make any of them 1. So I'll say, let us continue now. I'll say, let x equals 1. It's not compulsory that x must always be 1. It's what you choose. I can take y to be equal to 1. I can take a to be equal to 1. So let x equals 1. So therefore, from here, a equals x. Therefore, a equals 1. X is 1. Therefore, a also is 1. The next one, a equals y, therefore 1 equals y. A is 1, therefore 1 equals y. Therefore, y equals 1. I come over here, 4a equals q. What is a? A is 1, so 4 bracket 1 equals q. Therefore, q equals 4. What's the next one? I have b is equal to 2q. Remember my q is 4, so b equals 2 bracket 4. Therefore, b equals 8. What's the next one? I have my equation. B equals x plus 2y plus 2p. Put in all our unknown. We have 8 is equal to x is equal to 1 plus 2 bracket. Y is equal to 1 plus 2p. So I'm looking for p. So 8 is equal to 3 plus 2p. Take this one this way. I have 5 is equal to 2p. Therefore, p equals 5 over 2. So now I will take this all the unknown back into the equation. Now let's see that here as we finalize. So I bring back my equation. What's my equation? My equation is KMnO4 plus HCl to give us KCl plus NHCl2 plus H2O plus Cl2. What is the unknown we have here? We have A. And what is A? A is 1. So I'll leave it there like that. What's the unknown we have here? B. What is B? B is 8. So I'll put 8 here. I'll put 8 here. What is the unknown we have here? We have here as x. Look at it here, x. And x equals 1. I'll leave it that way. What unknown do we have here? We have here as y. What is y equal to? 1. I'll leave it like that. What unknown do I have here? I have here as q. Q equals what? 4. So I'll put here as 4. What about here? What about here? We have here as P, and P is 5 over 2. To remove this over 2, I will multiply through by 2. So I will say multiply through by 2. It will now become 2KMnO4 plus 2 times 8, 16HCl to give us 2KCl plus 2MlCl2 plus 2 times 4, 8H2O plus 2 times 5 over 2 will be 5 plus 5Cl2. This is the balanced equation. So this equation is balanced using this method. Thank you.